Okay. So, why did you pick this career to begin with? Like, what was your inspiration in choosing what you're doing?
All along I had interest, I guess, in biology and life sciences. And so as I was studying, I didn't know when I went to school what exactly I wanted to do, but I had interests and really enjoyed my human biologies and nat and phys type courses, and so it was an interest there. And then as I got in school, I realized that I could handle even some of the harder courses because of the interest in the topic. That's
Right.
kind of how it started. Really enjoyed a nat and phys course, though it was difficult at times, but it was stuff that I was willing to take the time to really dive into. And so I realized, well, if I can handle it from a class perspective, maybe it's something I should look into. I hadn't heard much about the physician assistant profession, and I had considered med school and had a lot of friends that were in the classes with me going that route.
Right.
But I'm really a hands-on learner, and so one thing that really pushed me a little bit towards the physician assistant route was that I could get out and be using the knowledge that I'm learning. Residency and I guess rotations in medical school would be similar, but for me, the shorter duration and be able to be out in it helped with my learning style, and so it was a good choice for me, and I don't regret it at all. It's been a good choice. So
Nice.
really, I enjoy helping people and being able to that is interesting to me. So
No, that's cool, man. It's admirable, I guess, an admirable thing why you want to do it. It's kind of similar to why I want to do it too, so.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, ultimately, if you're going into the health professions and you're in it for the money involved, there's not much enjoyment in the profession. There's enough stress in and of itself. And so if you don't enjoy people, I've seen people and professionals that they maybe went into it for the cash, the monetary reimbursement, but they don't seem to enjoy it, and patients can tell that usually. And there's definite difference between those that really went into it because they really are a social individual, enjoy people, and enjoy like going, doing what they can to help out. So
Right.
it makes the stress of it worthwhile, I guess.
Oh, for sure. If you were to do it all over again, would you choose the same career or would you choose a different path, or is this what you do?
I would choose this in a heartbeat again.
Right.
Over medical school. I have several of my buddies, and it wasn't a matter of my grades aren't good enough to go, or I don't want to do med school route. I was doing fine enough with my prerequisite courses and enjoying that side of things.
Right.
But it just felt like the right fit for me, based upon what I was learning about the profession itself. And I did things like you're doing now that help me, I guess, observational type job shadowing, and I did worked in little clinics and things like that just for short periods, and did a medical internship in Ghana, and it just kind of solidified my interest. So it was things like that really helped me to zero in, and that's what's made it fun.
Okay.
I would do it again for sure. That would go back to your question.
All right. And yeah, you're like fresh doing it, so it's probably a lot of the thrills there, of doing the job and profession.
Yeah.
But also, I guess, what are the best aspects and the best things about being a PA that you enjoy the most?
I like the flexibility. As a physician assistant, you can be as busy as you want to, or it'd be even a good profession for, let's say, a mother that was wanting to work a few days a week. There's a lot of flexibility in that way. You also have the ability as a physician assistant to kind of change even subspecialties or specialties. So if I didn't like primary care, I could go work urgent care or emergency room for 12-hour shifts, or I could go and without having to go back to school. And so there was some interest and change there, but now that I'm in it, I don't know if I do a whole lot of that. But
Yeah.
flexibility and schedule for a family, that was the big thing for me. I don't have to be always on call. Some PAs would be, but mine, I don't have any call right now. I'm not even I guess I'm available by phone if the nurses called me.
Right.
But I don't have to round at the hospital right now, and some people really enjoy that side of it, but for me, I like to be able to kind of leave the job at home and leave the job at work and
At work,
go
yeah.
home and really be with my family and enjoy that, at least the evening hours. And that's one of the huge things for me, is it's really conducive to family life and
Yeah.
being around.
Yeah, that's one of my main drives, one of being a radiologist as well. Just because I hear that they're not always on call all the time. You know what I mean? A lot of times they're cycling with some other physicians, and they'll have decent hours and whatnot. Not be called in at 3 a.m, things like that. But
yeah, it's true, and that's a good way to go. And there's a lot of, I guess you'd say, specialties within the medical field that would really help and cater to that, and others that wouldn't.
right.
There's pros and cons to each, but
Yeah.
Radiology is good. I mean, in our local hospital, little hospital,
Yeah.
they have, I think they have 5 or 6, 3 or 4 that are constant rotators, I think, and then they have others that fill in. And
Nice.
I mean, I think their shifts, they have a pretty good gig, I think.
Yeah. That's what I hear. So.
I guess if you like caves, they're
Yeah.
in a cave most of the day, but looking at films, but it's impressive, and they can do a lot to help out in primary care specialty. In every realm, they have their hand in it. So
Yeah. So on the flip side, if there is any at all, what are some negative things or some things that you don't like so much about being a PA, if any?
Honestly, thinking about it, some of the same frustrations that I have as a parent
Really?
apply. To clarify, I guess, when my 5-year-old decides that he wants to do his own thing and use his agency, we'll say, to do things, and we can't control or help them to make the right choices, that's frustrating as a parent. And as a clinician, it's the same, because we have some of the knowledge that would help them to become healthy or to live a happier life in a lot of ways.
Right.
But it's really ultimately their body and their care. And so that could be a frustrating thing, that compliance becomes an issue more often than you wish it would.
Right.
So that's a frustration. We struggle and suffer and go through things that maybe would have been preventable, or you advised against smoking or whatever it is, a preventative service or something that should have been done. There's some heartache associated with, for the same reasons you go into the profession. You're a social individual. You enjoy people. You like to help people. When you see things go wrong, even if it wasn't your own fault, there's some heartache involved.
Right.
But that's life. So.
Yeah. No. No joke. So I guess lastly, for anybody who is going into being a physician's assistant, what are some good advice and criticism that you'd give them, or just
if they were going into the PA profession? Is that what you said?
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, in your position, what doesn't matter what medical realm or allied health profession you're going into, my advice would be the process you're in now, because having been through the schooling process and applications and all that, you're almost through the hardest part, which once you get accepted, they kind of take you under their wing and really push you through, and they want to see you succeed. The
Right.
hard thing is making your name and resume look such, and you're passing all those courses and doing well in them to make you look as good or better than the next one that comes by.
Right.
Once you get in, they take good care of you. So it's just hang in there, because it might seem like it's not the right way for you to go if there are frustrations or things don't go smoothly, but in the end, it's very rewarding, and even the school itself can be intimidating and overwhelming at the same time. But in the end, it's I have a little guy passing out.
Is he asleep now?
He's falling asleep. But anyways, it's very rewarding, and in the end, it all pays off. So
Sweet.
it's a great way to go.
All right. I'll end the video now.